This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
My name is Adong Brenner from Sacred Heart Secondary School. Resolve. This house attributes for Shady work on infrastructure in northern Uganda on lack of political will by government. Now, members in the house, we asked him affirmative. We have come here and we have fronted you 3 arguments why we think that we are supposed to blame the government for the shoddy work that is done by the what? By the people that are allocated to do one. Now, one thing that we see in the shoddy work that is done, one thing that there is corruption, there are delays of the work that is being done, and then there is incomplete work that is being done. Now, Team Negative comes and entirely blames the constructors of doing what? Of being solely blamed for the shoddy work on infrastructure. Now, members in the house, let us tell you, these constructors, they are not solely to be blamed for the incomplete or for the shoddy work they have given. Now, they came and spoke about the budget that the government of Uganda gives to the what? To the ministries. Now, we are seeing that if it is like that, or if the government of Uganda has less money, why is it that the money that is allocated in northern Uganda is unequal to the money that is allocated to other areas? Now, if the government of Uganda is supposed to give the money to the constructors to build a road of 3 layers.
POI speaker, accepted. Do you believe in the anti-corruption unit?
Sorry?
Do you believe that there is an anti-corruption unit?
I do not believe in it, because one thing that we see that even the people who implement the anti-corruption unit, they are also corrupt in this case. That is why we believe that it is the government of Uganda that is solely supposed to be blamed for the incomplete and the shoddy work that is being done. The Ginger Express Highway. Why is it that the Ginger Express Highway is better off than the road of what? Of Karuma Pakwach Highway. So we are seeing that the problem is not with the constructors, but rather the problem comes from the government. And how? The government gives the constructors less money. So if the government gives the constructors money to build a road with 1 layer of maram, and they're supposed to build a road with layers of 3 marams, who is solely to be blamed? It is the government. And why? Because they have corrupted on the amount of money that is supposed to do what? Is supposed to build the roads. So one thing that we are seeing, that we also see that the corruption is also in schools. How many UPE schools are in Uganda, in northern Uganda rather? And take a look at the number of UPE schools that are in central Uganda. Secondly, we believe that even the UCE schools, the UCE results clearly shows that the number of people who failed UCE in northern Uganda is at the rise compared to the number of people who failed UCE and PLE in the other regions of Uganda. So who is to be blamed? Are you going to blame the teachers? No, we are going to blame the government. One, it's because that they have failed to do what? To provide resources like books, to provide infrastructures, to provide quality teachers. That is why we are blaming the government of Uganda. Why? Because we have seen that there is corruption in their case. We also think that the Iron Saga, that is proof to show you the corruption of government. And after that Iron Saga, they cannot come and front to us fallacies that the government is actually what? And corrupt, and the government is actually fair. We are not saying, because now if the government was fair, sincerely, of all places, why is it that northern Uganda has shoddy work? Why is it that northern Uganda is always at the bottom of everything? So that is the reason why we are saying that that the government is supposed to be blamed. So with this, we rest our case.
Judges and our gods are large. An empty vessel makes the loudest noise. Resolve. This house attributes the shadow works on infrastructures in northern Uganda for the lack of political will by the government. Judges and our gods are large. First, I would like to let my team affirmatives know that corruption does not exist in northern Uganda, because no one has been arrested for corruption in northern Uganda. If you have it, come and prove it. You are the affirmatives. Their judges and their gods are large. They say they do not believe in anti-corruption unit because there are corrupt people in anti-corruption unit. Again, prove it. We don't have any evidence of that. Judges and their gods are large. They attribute the delay of work to the government, but it's not the government doing these works. It is the contractors. So that implies with our points of delay, of the unseriousness of the contractors, dear judges and their gods are large, because the government just gives the fund. Even they themselves, they attributed that government releases fund. They talked of some good dollars, but the government did not come and do this work themselves. Their judges and their gods are large. There is no evidence that contractors are not being paid of time. If you have it, come and face me. Their judges and their gods are large. They say there's lack of monitoring by the government, but do governments not send school inspectors, road inspectors to do this?
PI speaker.
I'm coming to that. Their judges and their gods are large. Their third speaker never weighed the debate and never gave us the clash, but allow me to do what they never did. They said,
POI speaker.
Come up.
why is it that the Gulu highway consists of two-way instead of four-way?
Where's the source of your information?
It's from the...
So, keep quiet. Lack of monitoring by the government. Judges and Augustas alleged. They said lack of monitoring by the government is leading to the shoddy works. But we said it is lack of the competence of the contractors. Why Judges and Augustas alleged? The government is releasing this money to the contractors. But it's the contractors who are not playing their roles because they want to make profits. The Judges and Augustas alleged. They say it's corruption of the government. But we know clearly the government is releasing this money and giving it to the contractors. First to the district leaders, then to the contractors. So it's the district leaders who are misusing this money, not the government. Mark that point. The Judges and Augustas alleged. Our main point of clash being they said shoddy works in northern Uganda is as a result of government's corruption. But we said corruption, it's because of the district leaders and contractors. I've just explained it.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes?
Who are those authorities? Are they not part of the government?
Prove it.
The RRDC...
Stop. The Judges and Augustas alleged. Attributing our point to lack of competence of the investors, a report given by the Uganda Radio Network on 24th of September showed that the President of the Republic of Uganda himself suspended 3 officials of the contractors who were making the Lira Kamdini Highway. Judges and Augustas alleged. Also, Judges and Augustas alleged. Uganda Registration Service Bureau allegedly suspended contracts of E&S Industries for allegations of corruption. Dear Judges and Augustas alleged. They had been given a contract by the government, but they did shoddy works not because of the government's will, but because they wanted to earn more profits. Dear Judges and Augustas alleged. On weighing both sides of the debate and valuing what our opponents have said, I feel we have won this debate.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.